everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm the City Witch. So today's video I'm going to be showing you how to make a candle for protective purposes. Now this is really simple. You're only going to need a number of tools. So you're going to need a big black candle, so something like this. I recommend a big pillar candle like this one because the bigger and thicker it is, the longer it's going to take to burn down, which means it's going to protect your household for a lot longer before you need to make a new one. I would also recommend making a new one before this reaches its end, which is the reason I'm doing mine now, because, well, my protective candle, which I'll show you now, is coming to an end, so I wanted to make a new one ready. So you need a plate to pop it on as well, because obviously fire safety and all that, guys. You're also going to need yourself a candle carver. So this is mine, but if you don't have a candle carver, please don't use a knife in case you hurt yourself. I recommend using a toothpick. Toothpicks work just as well, guys. You're also going to need a lighter or a set of matches in order to light the candle. You're going to need a oil. So this is mine. This is dragon's blood oil. And I like to use dragon blood because it's extremely protective. So it's a good choice, but there are all other choices. So just do a little bit of research and choose ones that you like or that you're drawn to. You're also going to need some Palo Santos or any method that you like for cleansing. I like Palo Santos because it doesn't just remove the negative, it also imbues the positive and draws in blessings. So it's really good and kind of does two things. That's why I like it. And you're also going to need a number of herbs. So a list of herbs I have for you, which I like to use on mine, range from anise star, clove buds, eucalyptus, burdock leaf, and birch leaves. So I have quite a number of herbs I like. I normally add pine needles into this as well, but I went harvesting for them a week ago and unfortunately they're not quite dry or ready yet. So I'm not going to use them in this one, but I can always add them in later. So that's also another choice for you guys. So yeah, so choose a number of herbs and oils that suit your needs, that you like. And then, as I say, we'll jump right in it. I'm really sorry that this candle isn't going to do probably what a lot of you want it to do. There are no spells out there, guys, that are going to protect against the virus, unfortunately, and my only advice for you is to just follow the rules that your government are setting out for you and just be as safe as possible. But this protection candle isn't going to stop the virus. What it's going to do is keep away negative people, negative forces, anything that would do you harm. It's really good for those people that have been particularly nasty to you as well. I would recommend that when you're making this candle, don't carve the names of anyone in particular on it which has done you wrong or harm. That's not what this is for. What you're doing with the candle is you're carving on it the thing that you want protected. So in this case, I'm going to be carving my business name into it, but for you guys, you might want to carve your address. If you want your entire house protected, you might want to carve into it names of your children, your partner, and yourself into it. You might want to carve, say, your family name in it, so whatever your surname might be, or even your maiden name if you're not married. You can carve into it locations, so business locations if you want. And if you have a photo or a nice family photo, you can actually place that underneath the candle as well as a focal point, which is something I like to do on occasion. But it's up to you guys. And as I say, choose what you want the candle to protect. Carve the name of whatever that is into the candle. You can even carve a whole petition into the candle if you choose. And then as you turn outside, you carve these sigils in it to lock it. So that's what you do to seal it as your signature. I don't tend to do that. If I'm going to do a petition, I like it underneath the candle. It's kind of how I do it. And as the wax melts onto it, the petition's being destroyed and freeing its energy, which means it's doing its job. That's how I like it. And then when I finish with the remains of my protection candle as well, guys, I don't just bin it, because that has been protecting me the whole time. So what I'm doing is layering this shield, this defense I have. So I tend to bury it in the garden and ask the earth to nurture and protect it so it will never disappear or never be broken. So you're layering your magic over years and years, keeping your house or in my case business very, very well protected. And if you think about it, it's like reinforcing that shield over and over, so it's going to get more and more powerful as time goes on, or at least that's my belief. You guys don't have to believe the same, but that's my belief. So I hope you enjoy this video, and yeah, I'm going to show you how to do it now, guys. So blessed be, and I'll see you in a minute. Hi everyone, so this is the bit where we're going to be working with our candle. So the very first thing I want you to do is to light your Palo Santos or whatever cleansing method you've chosen to cleanse your tool, and we're going to give the candle a good cleansing. I'm also going to cleanse the plate, even though I know it's cleansed, just to make sure it's nice and clean. Now I don't have to cleanse my herbs because I already cleansed my herbs before I put them into jars and seal them off, and the same with my oil. But what I would definitely recommend doing if you're buying new oils and herbs for this, guys, is giving them all a quick cleanse before you jar them up and put them in your apothecary. So the next thing you're going to want to do is to carve whatever it is you're going to protect into your candle. So as I say, for me, this is going to be the name of my business and then a number of sigils. So I'm going to carve them now, and then you guys can do the same, and I will show you the sigils in a moment that I'm going to use. So this really doesn't take long to do, guys. And as I say, my candle is for my business. So I'm carving the name of my business into the candle. And then I'm carving the sigils and symbols and runes into my candle as well. So I'm using a bind ruin for protection. Now this is a ruin from the Elder Hawk collection. And I will show you that now, guys. So that's kind of what they look like. So this one down here is the ruin I was telling you about. It's from the Elder Hawk collection. So that is a proper protection bind ruin. This one is a sigil of my own design. This one is for protection purposes. And then here I've got the symbol for Saturn. Saturn is a protective planet. It's the planet of silence and destruction. So it's really good for blocking out evil and negative energy. And then of course the name of my business at the top. Now what you could choose to do instead of doing it the way I've done, you could choose to write your names, well, carve your names into the candle of everybody you want to protect, or your address or your bloodline, whatever you want to do, so that it covers the center. And then across that you could choose to do your sigils or designs of whatever you want to protect. You could do it the other way as well. You could choose to carve the names of the thing or person you want to protect that way, but I would carve it up because you're drawing in those protective qualities. And then I would draw the sigils across, but going down. So basically what you're doing then is you're using the sigils to push out negative energy, but using the names of the people to draw them in and keep them safe. So that is one way how to do it, guys. Once you've done that, you're going to want to dress your candle. So this is really, really simple. So all you're going to need is your oil, and you're just going to want to put a little dab on your hand. So I'm just going to rub that into my hands and then rub it all over the candle like so. Now what I like to do is rub down, because that's going to be blocking out and pushing away the negative energy. Once that's done, you're ready to start dressing this with your herbs. So as I say, I use a number of herbs for this, ranging. So the first one I'm going to use is this one. So this one is my birch leaves. Birch leaves are really good for protection and helping remove evil spirits, exorcising the things that we don't want. So I'm going to sprinkle the leaves around the plate as so. Don't need a massive amount, guys, just enough to cover the base of the plate for protection purposes. Now I always like to ask and tell my herbs what I want them to do. So at each stage I say, birch leaves, I ask of you protection, help me remove evil spirits, exorcise evil from my home, purify and cleanse my space, and protect my business while I work from prying eyes, and stop anybody who might try and steal from me. Blessed be. So I'm now going to add eucalyptus leaves, and again, it doesn't need to be a lot, just enough. And then I do the same thing. Eucalyptus, I call upon you for purification, protection and cleansing. May you protect my business, known as the City Witch UK. Blessed be. Now I'm going to add in some clove buds. Oops, think I dropped one then. And again, the same thing. From the clove bud, I call upon protection. I ask that you make my business fertile, successful, so it draws in money, but the right kind of customers, not the wrong kind. Blessed be. And then I'm going to add in a couple of these as well. Just a few of them around the edges. Doesn't need to be many of them because they're quite chunky. From star anise, I'm calling upon purification and protection. Help fend off those who would do me wrong and would hurt me and my business, and keep me safe from all harm. Blessed be. And the last thing I'm going to add now is the burdock leaves. Now at this point I would have added the burdock and then also a little bit of the pine needles, but as I say, the pine needles are not quite ready yet. So I'm just going to add a little bit of the burdock root, and again, it doesn't have to be a massive amount, guys, just enough to protect the plate and the candle. So from the burdock leaves, I call upon your energies of purification to remove the negative and to offer healing and support to me and my business. I call upon all these herbs on this plate to imbue this candle with protective energies and to keep me safe. Blessed be. That's pretty much the candle done for now, guys. What I would recommend doing at this point is charging the candle with whatever you see fit. I would also recommend, if you like, you can charge this on your altar. While you're doing this as well, I think it's a good idea to cast a circle just to keep you safe and protected during what you're doing. So that is personal preference. Not every witch out there likes to do a circle. I normally do. So when I charge this on my altar later, I will be doing a circle and I will be calling upon my deities, and I will be carving, as I say, extra sigils into this that are private to me and my business. But this is primarily what you need to do, guys, so nice and easy. And then when you're finished, you can light this candle and you can keep it burning however long you need to. Don't leave your candle exposed or on its own though, guys. Snuff it out. And if you're worried about this falling over on your plate, you can use a proper grip, kind of like this one, in order for it to not go anywhere. That's one of the ones with the spike in, so the candle can't fall over. You can also burn the bottom of your candle and stick it to the plate so it sticks. And the way to check that is you tip the plate, and of course, if it's stuck to it, it won't go anywhere. I don't tend to do that with big candles though, because they don't tend to fall over, but it's personal preference, guys. So I hope you liked the video, and as I say, everyone stay safe and protected, and I will speak to you all very soon. Bye for now. Be good to each other. Blessed be.